it's a busy weekend for us as far as still catching up from going camping and being on vacation and away from the house. We've got a big project coming up with the house siding being replaced, which means we need to move some of the things that are next to the house away from the house. So one of the first things I did when we came back was harvested everything so that I could continue the harvest for the plants, because the plants are going to keep producing until they make seeds, and I want them to keep producing and not get to the point where they're making seeds quite yet. So priority number 1 was harvesting. That was completed. There's already a vlog for that. This is a couple days later, so the last vlog I did was Thursday, July 6th or 7th, something like that. And today is Saturday the 8th. So I took last night just to chill. And today my spouse is taking apart the back deck. I need to start emptying the rain barrel because that's actually pretty full. And I'm going to move it to that barrel back there. And then I'm going to basically prioritize using the rain barrel to water the garden, even though it's less convenient than like just connecting a hose, because I don't have a pump to accelerate from the rain barrel, so it's a little bit more difficult. Today we also need to mow. This is real bad. And I need to weed. I need to roll up the hose so that we can mow. So for me, priorities today are weeding, and then taking care of some of the spent pots, potting up things, and then maybe if there's time tomorrow, I can get to the project I would like to do, which is reorganizing the shed, because the shed is not something we've really tried to optimize, and it's not on the list of things to upgrade this year, but it could be more functional in the meantime. So I'm gonna hopefully get to that at some point this summer. But that's on the I would like to do it, and on the I need to do it list is weeding, pruning, and moving things from the rain barrel and away from the house so that the siding replacement man can do that. So yeah, busy day, but perhaps less engaging. So we're gonna shift to time lapse and go from there. I did do a foliar spray earlier. I think I accidentally skipped a week because I was distracted by camping, but better 1 or 2 foliar sprays than only 1. So I'm gonna try and resume that, and maybe work on getting some of this under control, because it's a little crazy town. Now it's Sunday. I puttered around yesterday. I wasn't super great about being focused on my task. Some days are kind of like that, where you're just, at least for me, I'm easily distractible and just can't do what I need to get done, and I just need to do the things that are relaxing. So I spent some time yesterday weeding like I needed to. I got the strawberry and garlic bed weeded. That was good. Today it looks like I'm going to continue weeding. I had to make some room in the herb circle bed when I was weeding, so I harvested some of this for tea. Should be Anise hyssop. It's the mystery plant that I lost the label for, and I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So it's hanging up in the greenhouse, just chilling. Morning is my favorite time in the garden, and it's nice to take my coffee around and look at where things are at, it's a good time to add to my mental to-do list of things I need to do. And it's a nice time to hear the buzz of the pollinators. I've got a bee going around the wonderberries, which is pretty neat. I maybe am just sort of putting off weeding. I'll get to it. The weeds will continue to be there. I'm not seeing any mushrooms from the north side of the greenhouse, and I'm wondering if I should take some of the maple logs left from cutting down the maple and put those to provide a bit of a moisture microclimate there. Some more shade for it to collect. I'll think about that as the weeding progresses. So yesterday I started weeding the path around the herb circle, and I need to I need to weed the potato bed, add more mulch, weed the kennel bed, but that amaranth, look at it, super nice. So here I pruned around this guy so that the coneflower could get more sun. My yarrow is coming into play here. And there's that lemon hyssop. My holy basil. And then it looks like some of my bean seeds have come up here. But I've got a whole bunch of weeding to do. Not only in the beds, but along the paths here. The potato bed especially has gotten a little overcrowded. Here's my third tobacco jasmine plant. That's straw flowers starting. Another coneflower, some cosmos. And this is prairie smoke down here. And then this is my African daisy. It's really cool. It's got a blue disc in the center. And then my garlic here is not quite ready. I'm watching for these bottom few leaves to turn brown and die back. Kind of like this guy. But a lot of the strawberry plants are happy. This one has sent out runners. Can you see them tucked back here? So they're doing pretty well. But this elephant garlic over here is beginning to form scapes. These are also edible. For whatever reason this year, I wanted a whole bunch more chamomile. And I think because the seeds are so small, it got into a couple other seed starting things. So my African blue disc daisies, those have some chamomile seeds mixed in. It could have happened when I was seeding. It could have happened from splashing when I watered. Any number of things. I had more chamomile peeking out from my ground cherry area. I don't even know what that got mixed in. And then I have it as well over here in my onions. Yeah. So I got my wish for more chamomile. But there's a lot of it. Yeah. It's a lot. But this flower bed in the center is looking beautiful. So there's my Jasmine nicotina. Absolutely going bonkers. And then I've got some pink swan bush beans tucked in here as well. I just wanted to see how that would do mixed in with some holy basil and cosmos and asters and the nicotina, of course. But yeah, the garden is absolutely coming into its own here. I pulled out some of the Celtis. I'll probably need to thin out some of the wonderberries like I did in the greenhouse. But these Walla Walla onions are bulbing up really nicely. And I haven't seen any squash vine borer eggs or any damage of it indicated, at least. The next thing I need to check is for any cabbage worm evidence over here on all of my brassicas. Checking for pest pressure on your plants is something you should be doing fairly regularly. So I do a big weeding task like this at least once a week. And while I'm weeding, I'm looking for any sort of damage to the plants. Anything that I find that I can do something about, I do what I can to handle it at that point. The beans are starting to climb up the trellis, but the real winner is the ones at the entrance to the garden here on the other side of the Celtis and the chard. I decided that I didn't like how precariously placed this pink banana squash was in his little cloth hammock, so I grabbed one of those macrame plant hangers for the inside of the house. I kind of like it. And then I had a smaller pink banana squash right here, so I gave him the cloth hammock. We'll see how long it takes for him to outgrow it. The other thing I need to do is rake my sand pathways. I'm not sure if I gave myself another task to take care of by doing sand walkways, or if it's a good thing quite yet. I think it'll take some time to decide. So yeah. I think I'm just gonna grab my music and start cracking away at weeding. Fortifying sip of coffee, then I'm going to start my day. But of all the days I can spend, I think my idea of the perfect day is in the garden. I've reached the point where I'm, I don't know, overheated, kind of yucky. It's been, I think I worked out something like 5 or 6 hours today, and I started fairly early. Yesterday morning was great because it was like 50 degrees in the morning, and it only got up to like 74, which is my idea of the perfect day. But today we're getting up into the 80s, which is fine because it's not 90s, it's not 100. It's not bad. UV index I think is up to like 8, so I'm just, and I've been doing this for 5 or 6 hours, so I'm gonna call that a good amount of day. I harvested a couple zucchinis and a handful of radishes. I got all of the garden beds except for 4 of them in the main garden, as well as the ones in the greenhouse. But that's something I can finish tomorrow night after work. Not a big deal. Tonight, I'm going to take several hours to relax, cool down, hang out with my spouse, and just rest. even when you enjoy an activity, like I do gardening, it's really easy to forget how it can make you tired. So it's really easy to lose track of time when you're doing something you love doing. And I love gardening, but it's hot and it's tiring, and rest is really important. And I mostly am hopeful that you can look at a vlog like this one and see that even on weekends where I'm getting a lot done and I'm mentally really scattered, it's important to be able to get it done. Some progress is better than no progress, and I don't think very many people understand that gardening is a skill. It's not a gift you're born with. I mean, if you are, that's awesome, but for the rest of us, it's something that is learnable. And it's really difficult to balance the excitement of learning that skill with the rest of your life that you have going on. And I want to be able to show you that even if you're sneaking in time here and there, gardening's a rewarding activity. It's good for not just the healthy food you're going to grow, but your mental health and well-being. It is good to get outside. Even if it's not the temperature you want to be experiencing, it's still good for you. It's nice. So I can look at today as I did not complete weeding the whole garden because I did not get 4 of the beds in the main garden area and I didn't get the greenhouse. Or I can look at it as I got 3/4 of the way done. And it's much better for me personally to look at this and go, I got 3/4 of the way done. I can get the remainder of it tomorrow. I know I have a busy work week coming up, but that means that I am going to look forward to being outside in the garden even more. So I feel pretty good about leaving my weekend tasks where they're at for today and trying again tomorrow and whenever else I can get time this week, because being out here is restful and rewarding, but it can also be tiring, but in an entirely different way from the rest of your life. So my hope for you is that if you're sneaking in time for gardening, even if you've only got a couple of beds, that you take the time to enjoy the space that you have and what it's doing for you, and really just ground yourself, because the rest of the world is really chaotic and hectic, and it's nice to be outside where nothing's really being asked of you except to enjoy the nice weather. Thanks for coming along with me while I got all my stuff done this weekend. Or rather, most of my stuff, I guess. But it's gonna have to be enough. This little buddy scared the bejesus out of me. What's up, friend? What are you doing? Just trying to find a cool space? You are a big bumblebee.